Let your blue Jack Dempseys in their temporary home, but laying eggs. Interesting. And speaking of laying eggs, the two lovebirds over here, yep, they have made me 3 more shark eggs. There's another one right over on the other side of that rock. They just won't stop. And my 125 Malawi River, well, it's leaking more than ever. Now, not the tank, of course, but the crappy low-end liner that I used on the sump. Never buy those crappy liners from Amazon. They're crap. At any rate, it keeps leaking more and more, so these guys need to get into their new home as fast as possible. So I'm burning the candle on both ends, trying to get all the work done on the estuary, which you'll see a lot's been done in this video, but also I need to get these guys into their new home. So let me show you where these guys are going. Yep, you guessed it, the African cichlids are going to be taking over what is right now the 750-gallon Amazonian Islands build, which means these guys are going to have to move out into a new home, which is going to be one of the 1,200 gallons out in the annex. So we'll take a look at that in a second, but this I think will be the perfect tank for the African cichlids. It is super deep front to back. You just really can't appreciate it by looking in the tank, especially when all the fish come to the front because they think I'm going to feed them. Obviously we've got plants growing off of it. I have new plans for when the African cichlids go in here, whole new lighting, getting rid of these bars, going to have the lighting up top, going to have the cover built and everything, as well as modifications to the sump and a settling chamber. A whole lot of stuff will happen, but I need to fast track getting the African cichlids in here and getting these guys out into the annex, because that leak is just getting worse and worse. Alright, so technically these two tanks are the same, so they could go in here on the left hand right when you come in the annex, or they could go to the far right. So that's one question, is which one of these should I finish first? Should the new Amazonian Islands be that 1,200 gallon over there, or should it be this one here right when you come into the annex? And then of course, oh well, not of course, but I'm putting out a poll before you'll see this video, and I'm going to ask, based on a few options, what you'd rather see in the other 1,200, whichever one isn't the Amazonian Islands. And yeah, sorry, I always get distracted, especially with the new lighting. So at any rate, this is just the other one here. You can see massive tank, 10 feet long. What is it? I have to remember. It's been a while. It's definitely 4 feet front to back and 4 feet tall, and I think it's 10 feet long, whatever 1,200 gallons is. I've been so busy with the estuary tank that I haven't even thought about these for a minute. But with the leak, I gotta fast track these. So the new Amazonian Islands is gonna be one of the 1,200 gallons, and the new Malawi African cichlid tank is gonna be the 750 gallon. And then the question is, based on the poll and everything and comments, what do we do with the other 1,200 gallon? Again, it's got to be something I want to keep. So the options are things I actually like and want to keep. It's not just anything. But always feel free to leave a comment if it's something I haven't listed, because just because I didn't list it didn't mean, you know, that I thought of everything, right? Maybe I didn't even think about it. So it's possible. All right, looks like we should call this the more video, because we've got more fish breeding, more shark eggs being laid, more progress, lots of progress on the 1,000-gallon Mangrove Estuary aquarium, and more lighting on the 4,500 gallon. Yeah, I probably should have done that from the very beginning. That looks a lot better. And look at this, it's daytime and we can actually see the fish and not reflections. Amazing. And speaking about reflections, we can give more thanks to Callum Johnson, who recommended putting a polarized lens on my camera. Jesus, genius. It's making a huge difference. And it's one, I know you're thinking, hey dummy, you don't know about polarized lenses? You ever had sunglasses? I do, but it's like I've said a million times. Everything I do here is better with your guys' input, because, you know, a group of good fish keepers is always going to end up with a better result than just me, depending on me to think of everything. And, you know, a lot of times I'm in the fish basement. It's the end of the day. You know, I've worked all day, done the family commitments. I'm down here. I'm worn out a lot of times. Maybe I might drink a beer or two, you know, to relax. And, you know, I don't think of everything. So what are you going to do? So thank you, Callum, and everybody. Like, he's not the only one. There's been lots of people who give lots of great advice. And you guys know it because I respond to your comments and I integrate it, I incorporate it into the actual builds, you know. So yes, everything in the aquarium basement is better because your guys help. So once again, thanks again on that. So let's get into the video. All right, we got big time progress on the estuary. The 1,000-gallon mangrove estuary build. As you can see, we've got two beautiful windows there, our 4-foot section, our 3-foot section. We are all framed out inside. This thing is, as always, overbuilt and crazy strong. It is going to have cross braces at the end once it's done, just to make it extra strong. But yeah, we're framed out. We've got the windows framed out, and you can see what we're doing here. We're creating channels for the glass to go in here. Give us a nice place to silicone, have the glass rest in there, free up a little bit of space versus if we face framed it, you know. We'll gain back about 3/4 of an inch or so. Everything helps. When you have a tank that is 20 feet long and only 20 inches wide inside, a little wide over here, 20, 22, and 20, I believe. So every little bit helps. But yeah, it is ready. So it's ready for filling. We're going to fill corners. You can see where we have any little gaps in the corners. We're going to fill all the screw holes. We're going to get that sanded down, and then we are going to start fiberglassing, my favorite part. And actually, I don't dread fiberglassing like I used to, because with the True Solids product, it's not so bad. So I will fiberglass, of course, the entire thing, because as always, I overbuild, and I build for these things to last forever, at least forever as long as I live. So I don't want anything failing in my lifetime. So if in doubt, if you can use 2 screws, use 4. You know, if you should, a little bit of glue, use a lot of glue. You know what I mean? Overbuild everything. So yeah. So yeah, we are definitely getting close on the Mangrove Estuary. It does kind of beg a question though. What do I call Predator Bay? Do I call it Predator Bay 3000 because the display tank is about 2,890 gallons, so just under 2,900 gallons. The sump on the original Predator Bay is at its lowest point, if it's at the low end of its functioning pump level for the pump to pull water, that's 250 gallons, and it goes up to about 550 gallons if it's filled to the top limit, to where it can operate and overflow without, or you know, if the power goes off, it can drain water down without overflowing the sump. But so now I'm adding 1,000 gallons of Mangrove Estuary to it. So is it Predator Bay 4,000? But that's not, you know, it's not 4,000 gallons of swimming space for the sharks, but it's 4,000 gallons of total water volume. Do I stick with Predator Bay 3000, or, you know, and the Mangrove Estuary, or, you know, what do you think? What should I call this system? Because I know with the 1,500 gallon system, with the 600 reef slope and the in-wall 265 and the 700 gallon lagoon, you never see any of it at the same time. So it seems weird to call it the 1,500 gallon, because whenever you're showing it on video, sure as heck doesn't look like 1,500 gallons, even though, you know, and half of it is a giant refugium sump, which did become the home of an eel, but supposed to just be for filtration. So, anyways, what's your thoughts on that? What should I call this thing? Predator Bay 3000? Predator Bay 4000? Something else? Let me know. So if you thought the Fogo bass looked good without good lighting, well, they really look good with lighting. Let's see, and less reflections. So what do we do? All right, we kept all the lights up top the same for the plants, but we added the same type of lights as up there on each section of the aquarium, just facing straight down. So we have now quite a bit of direct lighting here underneath the water column, rather than just depending on filter lighting coming through from up above. And it has made a huge difference, obviously, in illuminating the fish, but also in reducing reflection, as well as the advice from Callum to put the polarized lens on the camera, which I have done, and it's made a big difference. So we didn't have to compromise anything up there for the plants, and we get to increase the lighting down below. And also too, like back in those areas, I mean, I do want it murky, you know, to some degree, like the Amazon, as far as the lighting, filter lighting, but I do want to be able to see back there, so you can see the tiger shovel nose all the way in the back, underneath all that root, underneath the dock now. The fish love to hang out underneath the dock, and you know, now we've got better lighting there. Of course, we don't have direct lighting going down, but we have a light on each side of the dock, so that is improving that quite a bit. And also in the caves down there, so lots and lots of improvements with the lighting all the way around. Plus also too, just right, you get better better coloration on the fish, of course, with more lighting. And lastly, into our big open section over here. Oh, there goes the arrow, spooking everybody. But yeah, just a single light over here. I can still get quite a bit of illumination, just because there's less structure, just the branches in the back. But while we're here, as you can see, everybody is putting on the pounds, getting bigger. So it's just going to be a matter of time before we're going to be able to let these guys integrate with the big boys on the other side, which I cannot wait for. But you know, I expect shouldn't be too long. You know, I mean, a couple months when it's all said and done, I'll have all the main fish I want for the stock. So we'll be able to get everybody integrated, pull the divider out, and just have one big Xingu River aquarium. As you can see, the Xingu bass, they're starting to get a little coloration on their tail, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, lighting is a big improvement on the 4,500 gallon. Nothing but being able to film here in the daytime without crazy reflections is just amazing. That was not possible before. It would have been an insane amount of reflection. So very, very, very cool. Okay, so it's safe to say I got a lot of fiberglass work to do in the near future, but I'm actually pretty excited to do it because I really can't wait to get the Mangrove Estuary built, get the whole Predator Bay 3,000, 4,000 deal going, get the sharks a new home, get the shark eggs, or baby sharks in the estuary. Of course, we got to get the 750 gallon ready for the Malawi cichlids, because we got a leaky sump. That's a real pain in the butt. That whole 125 needs an overhaul, with a whole new sump and everything like that. And that's going to be the first tank that'll be set up in the new style, to where the sump will be as presentable as the aquarium itself. And of course, for that to happen, one of these 1,200 gallon builds has to get built so that we can have the new 1,200 gallon Amazonian Islands build, bigger and better than ever before. And like I said, I got big plans for the aquascape there, and increasing the fish for that as well as for the 750 gallon Malawi, the new Malawi tank. There'll be some of the bigger Malawi cichlids in there mixed in with what we already have. Again, I got a crazy aquascape in my head for that, so can't wait to get all that stuff going. And lastly, I started a Amazon wish list for the Aquarium channel. It's a way that if you like what I'm doing here and you want to support me a little bit, and you don't have to sign up to any subscription, membership, anything that's continuous, maybe once a year, buy a thing of food off of there, and that helps. Obviously the biggest thing is watching and enjoying the videos. If you do that, then hey, I can't ask for anything more. But if you want to help out a little more, only thing on the list is fish food, marine salt, and some marine supplements, basically calcium for the marine tanks, for the coralline algae, and for the corals. That's all that's on there. So again, if you want to give extra help, that's a great way to do it, and I would appreciate it. And something extra for the fish. All right, so I'm going to get back to work. We're going to get a 1,200 gallon online, and we're going to get a Marine Estuary done, and we're going to get Predator Bay 3,000/4,000. We got to get a name for that up and running, and yeah, I think that's enough for right now. So I'm back to work. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.